Everyone, I am Molinda Jae, and welcome to my channel where I talk about all things that life has to offer and about my lock hair journey, which be on the lookout for a video on that of the link check of my locks because it's almost approaching the 2 year mark. However, I think it's approaching almost the 2 year mark. So I'm just gonna do a little quick 1 2 1 2 on that. Anyways, um, that's neither here or there. So what I'm talking about today in this video is going to be about um, Coach Deion Sanders, that is the football coach for the Jackson State University Tigers. That is in HBCU, and that's in Jackson, Mississippi. And and I'm gonna give my thoughts on his concern on the refund checks for the students being inconsistent or consistently late, especially since school is starting back. So this is a very appropriate time to address the situation so it can be handled accordingly. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so I can let you all see where I'm getting this from. And first off, my mother did bring this to my attention because, I'm a very heavy advocate for education and the rights for students, especially when it comes to um, doing what is right for the students, to be exact, and enhancing their learning to where we won't be so much behind as a nation because no tea, no shade, but definitely shade that we are really behind compared to all of the other countries when it comes to the education system. Um, Low key, I don't even understand why they be having their kids come over here to do an education and go back to their homeland when their education ranks are much higher than the U.S. That's just my opinion, but hey, anyways, back to this article. So this is from the Clarion Ledger, that is the Jackson, Mississippi publication, newspaper to be exact. All right. And what is stated along this article is Deion Sanders asked Governor Tate, Tate Reed. I don't know why I said Ted, but Tate Reeves for help on consistently late Jackson State refund checks. And this was published by Kahari. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Kahari Thompson or Kari Thompson. And it was published on the 25th of July of this year, and it was updated 2 days later, the 27th of July. So, first things first, before I read up on the article, he actually talks about this himself on his channel, the pregame show. So I will leave a link in description down below for that, so you all can be able to check it out without me interrupting the message of what he is explaining in the video, even though it talks about this in the article. But if you're a visual learner and you want to see the expression of concern of what Coach Prime is talking about and wants to get resolved, then please, by all means necessary, please check out the video on his channel, the pre-game show, and I'll leave it in the description box below. So yeah, within the article, it says several HBCU college football coaches have expressed concerns about students receiving refund checks late. According to Jackson State football coach Deion Sanders, according to Harvard University, a refund check corresponds to a particular credit on a student account, such as an overpayment on an excess student loan. To correct the overpayment and bring the account's balance to zero, schools issue refund checks. Students often use these checks to cover expenses such as books, food, or off-campus rent payments. In a YouTube video uploaded by the pre-game show, which I've already showed to y'all already, Sanders called on Governor Tate Reeves to help address the problem at JSU. And he stated, saying, I spoke to this issue several months ago and still no avail, and it's bothering me. Sanders said, Governor Reeves, can you please help me with this issue? How is it fathomable that our refund checks for our kids are consistently late, but the checks for the administrators are consistently on time? On down, he also states there is a problem. I sit with a parent and I say, I'm going to take care of your child and make sure your child is secure. And this is what he is telling the parent when they're going through the recruiting process. This is a statement that he will tell the parents, that he is inquiring the student to come to the school where he coaches football at, and he is convincing the parent of that child that he is going to take care of the kid. In other words, he is going to be that away from home parent to a certain degree, keeping an eye on your kid while your child is attending college. However, yet and still, the refund checks are consistently late. Now the child calls the parents needing money. Now the parent has to overextend themselves, or the child has to go to the bank and take out a loan to pay their rent on money that they should already have. And that right there, my friend, that should not have happened. A child about 18 years of age at least, or about 17 years at least, going to a bank and asking to take out a loan that young, all just to pay bills and handle their responsibilities while they're away from home. Okay, wow. Moving on. Sanders said he adores Reeves and considers himself a friend. He asked the governor to identify where the root of the problem is so it can be fixed. Where is the disconnect coming from? Is it from the state, the government? Sanders asked, or is it from the school's campuses or those administrators? I need to know because it's affecting us. At the SWAC meeting, one coach told me he lost a few kids because of the situation. And we can't have that because why? It affects the recruitment process. If they can't guaranteed what has been said as far as like, I'm going to take care of your child while he or she is there on campus, if that is not guaranteed, more likely the parents is not going to follow through. They'll go to the other college that is guaranteed those benefits and be able to have the refund checks are released on time. Okay. Furthermore, it says Sanders said the issue has affected his 3 kids who attend JSU, his 2 sons that are on the football team, as well as his daughter on the women's basketball team. And we have got to keep our momentum. So we have to get these checks out on time to these kids. And guess what? 3 of them are mine, Sanders said. And you know, I ain't having it because now they bother me about something that they should already have. Thank God I got it, but I am looking out and I'm speaking out for those parents that may not, that are budgeting their life. Someone help me bring solvency to this consistent and continuous problem. And on to this other article here, which is coming from HBCUGameDay.com. It also goes into another ponderosa rabbit's hole of the article saying one thing Deion Sanders is never afraid to do is speak out. The Jackson State football coach has a question for the governor of Mississippi. Sanders expressed an issue with tardiness of refund checks for his players, and he addressed Mississippi Governor Ted Reeves directly in an Instagram post. Of course, it's stating how it was said in a previous article. And okay, yeah. That was definitely said on the other article. And on down, it says Deion Sanders says that the other coaches at the HBCUs are dealing with the similar issues in the area of refund checks. We're already dealing with housing, which that was definitely expressed with other HBCUs across the country about the housing issues and how infested and not livable to for the students to even lay their head down at. So not only you're dealing with the late refund checks, but also you're dealing with the housing issue. And I'm pretty sure you're dealing with food as well, because children, them kids, college students do be starving themselves because they don't have the money to keep afloat on not only with paying attention to their studies, as well as doing a part-time job just to have some sort of money in their pocket. And now having late checks coming in to their bank account as well. First world problem. Continue on with the article. It says now we can't deal with this as well because we have momentum and we have to keep the momentum, Sanders says empathetically. So we need to get these checks on time to these kids. The Grambling State head coach Hugh Jackson commented on Sanders' Instagram post that he is dealing with the same thing as well. Deion Sanders revealed that his 3 kids and are waiting for refund checks as well. Now they're bothering me about something that they should already have. Thank God I have it, but I'm looking out and speaking out for those parents that may not have those privileges like he does, okay? That don't have the coins that he does, all right? So my thoughts on this is, let me go back to the other article because I got some words about that, especially within that first article. Now, what has brought my attention within this first article, within this paragraph here, is them explaining how the refund checks are issued out or how they should be utilized. When it said, according to Harvard University, a refund check corresponds to a particular credit on a student's account, such as overpayment or an excess student loan. And depending on if you're in the overpayment part or you have a zero balance and you have an excess student loan that you can utilize, that will be considered the refund check, right? It says within this article to correct the overpayment and bring the accounts balance to zero, the schools issued a refund check. I'm saying this from experience that the colleges that I went to, and of course it differs for all colleges, which again, it doesn't make sense that we're the United States, but we're acting as individual governments at the same time. But anyways, that's another whole rabbit hole nest in itself. But the universities that I went to, according to what this saying in the paragraph, that I can utilize that refund check, or the school is supposed to issue out that refund check after I accept the reward, far as like what I'm rewarded, what the school is awarding me. What this paragraph is saying here is that the school should be issuing out the refund regardless if I have an overpayment or not, because I can use those funds from the refund check to make my account at zero if I owe any payments. But it didn't happen that way with me. I had to, me as well as my brothers, we had to either use the funds that we have or the funds that our parents had at the time to zero out that account first, and then they will issue out our refund checks. So due to the fact that this article is talking about that the refund check can be issued out for us to zero out of our account is giving a double, is giving flip-flop energy for me, because that didn't happen with us. All right, especially with me, I always had to zero out my account first. My college account, I always had to zero out my account with the business office first before I got my refund check, due to the fact, yeah, I'm gonna get those funds back when it's refunded. But if you're telling me in this paragraph that I can get those funds now so I can zero out my account and mosey on about my day, that just changes the whole game. Because not only that, but comment down below if this is still going on. But if I could recall that also, depending on how much you get from a refund, the better your grades are, and of course, depending on how many hours you're taking for college, that's how much you get back. And with me, it always increased as time goes by in my college years. Yeah, each time I progress on into college, as far as like how many hours I took and my grades being in with good standing, that's also determined of how much I get back. So it could go up as time progresses by. But if you're like leaning towards a warning of academic probation, you're kind of like limited a little bit, because it's almost like, okay, what's going on? Let's give this person a minimum amount in refund so they can redeem themselves, and then by the next semester they're able to get, they're able to increase it again. And also, depending on how early you file for your FAFSA, your federal student aid, of course, that also plays a factor as well, how much you get. That also plays a factor how much you get too. But please comment down below if that still happens, of as your grades get better and as the more hours, as well as being a full-time student in college, your refund check increases. Please comment down below if that still happens, because it was when I was going into college. I don't know if it's still doing that now, but please comment down below if that happened. But overall, my thoughts of this situation with Coach Prime and all the HBCU coaches is that I stand 100% behind Coach Sanders on this. And there's no need to make ulterior motives to try to boot him out because of him trying to do what is right. He's not trying to take money out y'all pocket. He's just trying to make sure the students get their refund check on time, because it is tapping into his money. And of course, it is definitely tapping into the parents who don't have that are not in that same tax bracket as Coach Sanders is. He's advocating for the one who don't have that luxury of just paying for their students' necessities just like this. He's advocating for those parents. So for the folks who think he's just talking too much and he needs to shut his mouth and coach the football team, well, when your coins is on the line and you have to keep budgeting every time because your the school that your kid is attending to is withholding funds purposely or intentionally, or maybe by accident, but definitely holding those funds that your child can actually utilize to lift some type of burden off of you, you better be standing up and advocating right now, because it doesn't make no sense that you're staying quiet while you have someone who's actually trying to advocate for you, instead of just continue sweeping things under the rug and not addressing the stuff at hand. So I hope and pray, but I really hope there is some action being taken, especially when school is about to start right around the corner in regards to getting these refund checks on time for these students. Because, I don't have no college student, not yet going to college, but my brothers, they currently in college. So yeah, I'm going to advocate for education regardless, especially when you have children and you have young adults that is actually trying to make something out of themselves and to getting to bettering themselves with an education, whatever field they're going into, and you're withholding funds just cause. Okay, so with that being said, keep doing what you're doing, Coach Sanders. Keep doing what you're doing. I stand behind you 100%. And y'all really need to stop coming up with these ulterior motives of trying to get a person that is definitely trying to do good for the community as well as the state. Because once beforehand, I didn't hear no movie stars or celebrities like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson coming to Mississippi. Okay. Sponsorships left to right. Okay. Bringing big businesses and small businesses to the Jackson area. Hello. Besides Mississippi State and Ole Miss, this man right here, he has done his due diligence so far to continue building the momentum of what could happen at not only at HBCU, but with any colleges or university, as well as any K through 12 school, because he is fighting for what is right, which is definitely getting the money in the hands of the kids on time instead of them going to the bank to pull a loan out. What are they doing going to a bank pulling a loan out when there is funds out there for them to have, and they can't have it because it's on hold, it's on pause, it's just out there just waiting for it to rain on them, when it should have been handed to them immediately, either immediately or within or whenever they press okay or agree when they accept their award letters of when of the amount that the school is going to give them as far as like financial aid. So with child, this is a mess. Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I hear about these stories all the time of celebrities here and there donating. I'm about to donate this amount to this college and university. And I'm like, I really hope y'all are meaning what y'all saying, for one thing. The second thing, I really hope you all are, looking to where or auditing where that money is being allocated towards to, because that can easily be in the pockets of them folks at the school, and where the donation should have been going to, it hadn't even made it there because it's in somebody else's pocket. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. All this hoorah, I'm about to donate here and donate here. I'm gonna tell you this right now. When I donate to somebody, I want to see where that money is going to, so it can actually help somebody that is I'm not even gonna say in need, but definitely help somebody lift the burden to some capacity to continue doing what they need to do, instead of just pocketing that money and for your own personal gain. And that's one thing that needs to be stopped for sure. So like I said, I'm 100% behind Mr. Sanders on this. Hopefully there will be some type of resolution that comes into play between the coaches, the governor, the state, as well as all the college institutions as well, when it comes to giving out these kids they refund on time. Like, we really need to stop that. And y'all wondering why kids nowadays don't want to go to college? It's because of shenanigans like this that happen. Being late on payments, and always have to go and over hooplas and loopholes to try to get where they need to go to, instead of just doing what is right for the student and enhancing their learning experience and their college experience while they are there. Y'all are making it so difficult for these students nowadays. It is ridiculous at this point. And I don't be hearing jack from the Department of Education, for one thing. They be popping out whenever they want to, but at this moment in time, y'all need to buckle y'all bootstraps and get to the bottom of this mess, because this is ridiculous. Them kids should be, give them kids their money, give those kids their money, so they can release the heaviness that their parents have to continually budget, because everything else is going high because of inflation, which that is definitely greed at its finest. Okay, don't get me started on that. But we got to band together and do what is right for our kids, getting their money. And then on top of that, I'm reading articles that Ole Miss and Alabama wants to play JSU, and Deion Sanders until he's like, hold up, y'all getting beside yourselves right now. Deion Sanders is like, hold up, I'm trying to get this solved first. If you want to help get to a resolved issue on getting our kids their refunds on time, because it's affecting my recruitment process, just like every other HBCU coach out there that's affecting their recruitment process, because we're giving them the promise of we're going to take care of your kids, but we can't take care of your kid right now because our system is behind on giving the refund checks on our kids right now. And what happens, they will go over to that PWI school and have their kid go there because they already know they're guaranteed the access. All right. So again, Bama, Ole Miss State, okay? If y'all want to play with JSU, I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. But right now, we gotta get to this issue that needs to be resolved, which is getting these children their money. Okay? Y'all, I'm gonna cut it because I can go all day with this. Coach Prime, hit me up. Hit me up, girl. Hit me up. Put me in the game, coach. All right. Put me in a game, coach, when it comes to advocating for education with the college students, because I don't play. I done been down the road where I had to fight for what I deserve when it comes to college, and it shouldn't be like that, especially when I'm a U.S. citizen, okay, of the United States of America. Anyways, I'm done ranting. Please comment down below on how you feel on how this situation is with the refund checks being late and stuff. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions. I will I'll look at them. I'll respond when I have the time, because I do work a 9 to 5. Okay. All right. But with that being said, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. I thank you all for tuning in. I thank you all for tuning into this video. I don't want to hold y'all any longer. Let me know down in the comment section of how this resonates with you in whatever aspect. Also, all my social media links will be in the description box and also the end screen at the end of the video. Please share this video, okay? Because it's time to wake up and it's time to speak up when it comes to our pockets, our dollars, and our livelihood. And like the video if you haven't done so already. All right. And then subscribe to the YouTube channel. Liking the video helps with getting me into the algorithm, but definitely subscribe. Okay. I have a goal to reach by the end of this year, and I want to reach it. Y'all got to go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. And until next time, I'll see you guys. And always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself so you can heal thyself. And your girl is out of here. I'm going to stop sharing this thing. Girl, don't make no sense how this. Ooh, bye, y'all.